All right, so let's talk about this Young Don shit.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm a fuck with Young Don the Sauce God anymore.
Really? Is it because of the whole thing with on his thoughts on abortion?
No, it's not that. I mean, it's kind of started there, but then it trailed off.
Because I ain't gonna lie, because of that, I actually followed him on Twitter. I actually, I respect that. He stands up for what he says and gives a fuck about what no one else says. Like that's
I think
that's commendable.
I think that's his ego talking, bro.
I mean, no, like most definitely, he is talking out of his ass on some of the shit he says, but it's commendable that he's not backing down because by no means.
Let me explain my relationship with Young Don the Sauce God. But Young Don, it was like, okay, so it started like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, where Roe v. Wade overturned, and obviously Young Don is very pro life because at the end of the day, he believes that you're killing an innocent life, and that in itself is a sin. Like that, yeah, that in itself is a sin and shouldn't be praised. It shouldn't be done whatsoever. And he thinks under every circumstance that you should keep a baby, no matter what goes on.
All right.
Okay, I'm not gonna fault people for people's beliefs, and like obviously I'm pro-choice, but it's whatever. I still rock with Don. So then he goes on he gets on his Twitch stream and he starts talking about his thoughts about abortion, this, that, and the third. And he ends up getting into it with Your Rage Gaming and I'm Dante. And they had a very riveting conversation that ended kind of wholesomely. They all kind of came to agree to disagree. Um, mainly these guys were calling him out because some of the tweets he was putting out. And these tweets were wild. And the subtweets were also wild because people are fucking disgusting. So I understand Don's rage. So like one tweet that he put out is it is impossible for my daughter to get raped.
Sorry, the subtweets. The motherfucker's funny.
What did,
The motherfucker's funny.
what did they say?
One dude, he posted a picture of him and his daughter in his backyard, and I think his daughter's like less than a year old. I don't.
Yeah, his daughter is a newborn. Yeah.
Yeah. A dude commented under is like, "Yo, she looks like mad easy pickings, bro." And I was just thinking to myself, like, "Nigga, you dirty for that. You dirty for that." I ain't gonna lie, my nigga got my like though. He got my like though.
Why you
I said, my nigga, you dirty. Shut up and take my like. I was like, oh, you dirty, my nigga. I like that though.
But niggas was wilding. So then he also after that he just starts spiraling. And then he was like, y'all niggas can come try it if you want to. And then the wildest tweet for me was like, he said your girlfriends are easy pickings and like me and mine are protected. And I was just like, that's some fucked up shit. But then again, like thinking about the tweets, thinking about his response to it, I was like, oh, this is kind of Young Don. This is who he is. Mm-hmm. And I remember this I ended up remembering this conversation I had with a girl that I was fucking with back in 2020. She knew how much I fuck with Young Don. Like I fuck with Young Don so much. Every time I had a bust down come to the house, I would play Young Don stories in the background. Mm-hmm. Like I cannot tell you how many times I done clap cheeks to
another man talking.
Yeah.
It's kind of sus.
It's very sus. Yeah. But she kind of didn't like him, but she withstood it because she knew I liked him. So like, shout out to her. If you're watching this, you a real one for putting up with me. But one day we were driving somewhere, we were listening to his podcast, and he said some wild shit. I can't remember. It's something about gay people, I think. Mm-hmm. And then I think he said being gay is a mental illness or something along that lines. And I'm thinking like, nigga, yo.
And I'm guessing she lost her mind.
She didn't lose her mind. But she was like, so I played it intentionally in front of her just so I could get her reaction to it. Because I wanted to know what she thought. And she was like, yeah, I think he's a fucking disgusting person. And the fact that you even watched him says a lot about you, but I'm not about to talk about that. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Huh? Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking.
So
Get it off your chest.
So like she basically goes on to say that like, yo, he says a lot of, he's like mad disrespectful, and like in a real world conversation, like she would never try to engage with him because like he's just a dirty person. And I don't agree with all that, but like I don't agree with the words. I agree with the idea that she was trying to put off. She basically was trying to say that he presents something that might not be in today's society
Acceptable.
progressive, yeah.
Oh.
Progressive, and he's as she would put it, he's extremely problematic.
It's only problematic because it doesn't align with what you believe.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And I actually learned that the term problematic is typically used by people in the community that try to justify this is some bullshit. I talked about it on the podcast, but it's like they use it for psych majors who try to justify people in the LGBTQI. But whatever. So then I did a lot of pondering this week, and obviously I could see at every step. I wouldn't say that Young Don failed, but like every step was like, okay, that's kind of wild. I don't think like that, but it's whatever. And so then, two major things happened this past week. One, he decided he's going to stop doing his YouTube animations. At least he's going to stop doing it the way he has been doing it. And he's going to change them into Bible depiction, like animations depictions from the Bible. He's going to animate stories from the Bible and like talk over them. I guess.
But is his stories going to be the Bible stories or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And not to say like I don't got anything against the Christian faith, but like I didn't come for that.
Yeah.
I came to hear relatable stories about the misadventures of Young Don.
All right.
And this is just I came to the agreement that this is just his growth as an artist. This is where he feels like his art is taking him, and this is where he wants to grow from. Then he dropped another video that I felt very contradictory. He dropped the video as why I'm 100% Christian or something like that. And then basically in the video, he talks about the entire escalation from him putting out those tweets to where his thought process and mind process is now. And he's like, for a while I was half a Christian, but I think as the leader of my household, it's my job to lead the family spiritually. And I think for best course of action, I'm gonna stop talking about all the what's it called. I'm gonna stop doing this, stop doing the third. I mean, there's still gonna be like little jokes here, but like nothing incriminating towards my wife or what's it called. And again, it's very respectable. I as a man, I can respect that thought process, but at the end of the day, it's very contradictory to all the stuff that you believe and the stuff that you would say you would do. Because already the Christianity faith is very hypocritical and contradictory, off base, especially for most people in today's society. Because it has a rule: thou shalt not kill. Young Don is a firm believer. If you step into my house, I'm emptying the fucking clip.
Well, you also have to realize, at least again, this is just me. This is me personally. You also have to realize there are a lot of things that are left open to
interpretation.
Yeah, like there are some things that are specified. Like for example, as we were on the topic of abortion, abortion is nowhere near mentioned in the.
I think it is.
It's not. The word abortion never, or anything hinting at abortion, any action that's similar to abortion isn't mentioned anywhere in the Constitution. But people interpret abortion to be a part of certain things.
I thought she was about to say the Bible.
Oh no, the Constitution. Yeah, it's not mentioned nowhere in, but people interpret it as being a part of, and it's up to you on if you want to believe that or not. That's obviously we weren't there when it was written, so I feel the Bible is the same concept. I feel it's just kind of something that's left to interpretation, because if you weren't there when it was written, if you're not speaking to whoever wrote it, whoever intended on it being written for them, then it's kind of just out in the air, you know?
Right. But yeah, that's his growth as an artist. But like, I feel like where he's heading, it holds no value for me to watch it. I'ma still like, if he posts some fire, like some music, a good stream video, I'm already on it. But like, I don't like the animations. I think out of respect for it, like him and his art and where he's progressing as an artist, I don't think I'm gonna watch his old animations anymore. And that's just how I feel about it. It hurts my little soul, because like I love Young Don, I love his content, but like that's not who he is anymore. Like he made this parallel in that video I was talking about, where he said he built his career off a life of sin, because that's basically how a lot of people, quote unquote, get to the top in the entertainment industry. They got to do some sinful shit, whether it be hanging with multiple bitches, sucking dick to get to the top, whatever it might be. That's the entertainment industry has been built off sin. And that was his argument why he doesn't participate with a lot of artists in that spectrum, like Heavenly Controller, sometimes King Vader. They always invite him out to shit. They invite him out to do like skits and stuff, but like he doesn't want to be a part of it, which is, he doesn't have to, because like it's not like, oh, we need you.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay, so what about his podcast then?
That's the interesting part, because like how are you going to do the pod? And like I haven't listened to an episode recently. I need to catch up, but like I'm very curious to hear his co-hosts Will and Dior. I'm curious to hear their thoughts of his progression, and as far as like him coming under the fire tweets and everything. So very curious to hear their standpoints. But like, yeah.
Personally, I mean, like, look, I never watched the guy before. I don't think I've never intentionally looked him up, save for the Twitter thing. So I don't know if his content is good or not. I mean, I've heard some, snippets from when you're listening to him, but that's really about it.
Right.
As a person, I think I like the guy. I mean,
I think
as
y'all
a person,
y'all would vibe if y'all knew each other. Y'all would vibe instantly, because y'all have a lot of similar ideals.
Now the thing is though, is that I don't know. Since like I said, I don't watch him. I don't know how what's the word? How open he is about certain things. Because like for me, whatever you like, unless it's like a hard no. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you are a pedophile, like that is a hard no for me. You know what I mean? Right. Period. There is no middle ground for me. But like, if he, like, for example, if he's like, oh, you're not a Christian, I can't fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean? Or, oh, you're not, or he's pro-life. If he's like, oh, you're not pro-life, I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean?
He's not like that.
Yeah, like if you have your ideals about certain things, maybe the whole gay thing. If he doesn't think gay is, is an okay thing, I mean, that's perfectly fine with me. My dad doesn't. I personally don't care, but I'm not going to look at you as any different or any worse or better. But unless like I said, it's a hard no for me. You can have whatever ideals you want. I don't know if he's that kind of guy.
Turn that shit up to Q.